So the countdown to this year's World Cup is well and truly on as 32 nations combine to create the greatest sporting spectacular on the bloody planet. But in this video, I'm going to try and answer you one simple question. Can Spain win this year's World Cup? That's right, folks, back once again with another World Cup summary video. That's right, where we're going to try and answer one simple question. Can this nation actually go out and win the World Cup out in Qatar? We'll take a look at it, all of it, in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang it, all things World Cup related, Blabbing Rovers related, world football itself related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, the countdown is well and truly on, with the tournament set to kick off in November 2022, of course. But what's going to happen this coming World Cup? We'll take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. And if you are interested in helping out the channel in another way, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Patreon. And of course, there's a Discord in there. So get it amongst it and let's get chatting. Bella España, of course. Spain enter the World Cup in 2022 in a very, very difficult group as well. They qualified, of course, back in the 14th of November 2021 as Group B winners in the UEFA qualifying phase. As you see, a very, very tight encounter it was. 4 points the difference between themselves and Sweden in that Group B, of course, also including Greece, Georgia and Kosovo. Of course, they did suffer one defeat on their journey. That was a loss to Greece, I think it was. No, tell a lie, it was Sweden. It was Sweden. My eyes, you don't see me here, boys. Of course, it was a loss against Laswed, who did make it through to the playoffs, but unfortunately couldn't make it over the line to join Spain in this year's final, of course. Spain, previous winners, of course. This is actually the 16th tournament. Their last was in 2018. They were a bit shit, weren't they, in 2018? The 12th tournament in succession. Of course, their best was in 2010 when they won the pissing thing over in Germany. Am I right? Was it Germany? Or was it in South Africa? Let me know. 2010. My mind is not what it used to be. Of course, the manager is Luis Enrique. Of course, then the VIP for me is Pedri. Of course, young gun superstar extraordinaire, was absolutely phenomenal for Spain in Euro 2020. And of course, he then went on to play in the Olympics for Spain as well. I'm not sure how that panned out, can't really remember. But realistically, he is the face of the place for Spain. He is a baby, he's an assassin, a young gun extraordinaire, and again, he's going to be rocking the Spanish emblem on his chest for many years to come. So let's take a look at Spain. Of course, the group was difficult, and then the same with Greece competing as well as Sweden, of course. But this is, of course, the group they've landed themselves in. It's Group E, alongside fellow European juggernaut Germany. Of course, they've also won it in the past, and Spain are also occupied by Costa Rica from CONCACAF, and of course Japan, who of course joined them as well. So what is the key match for me for Spain in this competitive group? Well, it is, of course, the juggernaut encounter. All eyes on this one. It is up against Germany in the second match, of course, in this tournament. Taking place, of course, November 27th, of course, over in Qatar 2022. I want to elaborate on why this is the key match. The key match is you got to, if they win this one, then of course their destiny is in their own hands. Don't get me wrong. I still think they'll face competition from Costa Rica and Japan in this tournament, but 4 points to me is what's going to be the difference between success and failure for Spain as a nation. They come into this with a bit of a free rein at it, a free hit. They don't have the hoodoo of the previous World Cup winners on their shoulder, and they're expected to come through this group, whether it is winners or second place, none the same. And when you do look at the other two nations besides Germany, you expect Spain to beat Costa Rica and probably beat Japan, none the same. Again, don't get me wrong, there's going to be some surprises along this tournament, whether it's in group stages or whether it is in the knockout stages later on in the tournament. So there are going to be some surprises. Are Spain going to be part of that quandary? Are they going to be a team that's going to lose unexpectedly in this group stages? It happened to Germany last time around. I think it happened to Spain not too long ago as well, when they were winners back in 2014. I think in the Brazil World Cup, I think they had a shit show in that one. But for me, get the result against Germany, and guess what? You're already one tippy toe through to the next round. But of course, prior to that, they take on Costa Rica on match number 1, where again they should win that one quite convincingly. It is match number 1, where of course there are some surprises that are going to happen in match number 1. A lot of pressure, expectation, a hope of a nation will be on Luis Enrique's shoulders as they go against Costa Rica. And if they can get a result against Costa Rica, it's kind of a free hit really against Germany. But if you win it, then you're probably already through as group winners, heading into a kind of a gimme against Japan. None the same, because 6 points out of the possible 2, you're there, guys. That's perfect. And of course, you can play the kids against Japan. And when I say kids, I mean I don't know. Pedri's a kid, Ansu Fati's a kid. Who's going to be bracketed as the kids or the fringe players? As of course the World Cup will bubble into the back end of the tournament. So for me, win that game. Of course, you put themselves in prime time position to maybe have another run and maybe adding to that star above your crest as well. So realistically, the odds for them to qualify 9-1. If you turn the clock back to yesterday or whenever we dropped the Germany video, I think it was 6-1 on to qualify. Spain are actually favoured, more likely to qualify than Germany. So take from that from what you will. And of course, to win the piston thing as a whole, 8-1. Now, of course, what goes in favour of Spain? They've got recent success as in European Championships, and of course recent success in, of course, World Championship not too long ago. 12 years is not that long in the World Cup grand scheme of things. If you want to really look at the likes of England, of course, Argentina, maybe even Brazil, of course. They've been a long time waiting for their time to shine once again. So Spain are still renowned for winning, and they're expected to be competitors once again in this. But for me, have they got the tools in the locker to go the distance? Well, Linda, I'm ready.
Can they win the World Cup?
For sure. Yes, they can definitely win it. They're going to be in there or thereabouts as well. But there is one major hole in that locker, which of course is going to haunt them to the bitter end.
Will they win the World Cup?
So no, I don't think they will win the World Cup because they don't have a striker anymore these days. They used to have Raul. They used to have Torres. Of course, they got Morata these days, but can he actually deliver on the grand stage? Of course, he's been pushed around a little bit over the past few years. Juventus, Chelsea, Atletico. I think he was at Juventus anyway. But you know, he's not the striker that he used to be. And who else is going to take over the reins right here, right now? So for me, just like a lot of European nations in this World Cup, they do lack that out-and-out striker. Of course, the likes of Poland have one in Lewandowski, England have one in Kane, France have one in... France actually have got a couple in Mbappe and Benzema. And Spain, though, need that figurehead at the front of the top of the order there to score the goals. And to me, I think they're lacking in that. Can Ansu Fati be the guy to fill the void? I'm not really convinced about that just yet. Can they discover one between now and November? Probably not as well. So for me, I think Spain are going to be there. They're going to be a unit. They're going to be difficult to break down. And of course, they proved that. They had a difficult group stage in the Euros, but they were there and they caused some friction in the knockout stages. And I do anticipate something along those lines as well. I do think they will get to at least the quarterfinals on this one. That's why they're in the bracket of can they win it? Yes, they can win it. They've got a team. They're hard. They've got the manager. They've got a lot of a very composed back line. And of course, a lot of goalkeepers compete for that number 1 jersey at the moment of recording. So for me, they can win it, but they will not win it. They're going to crash out quarterfinals in my eyes. So there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. A short, sharp take on this nation's chances out in Qatar 2022. What do you expect this country will do in this year's tournament? Do you think they'll get out of the group stages, or do you think they'll go deep into the competition itself? Let me know your opinion down below. And of course, we'll look forward to non-stop coverage right here at Blackburn Overseas. We're going to have, of course, predictions, previews, reviews, reactions, and of course, reactions from real fans themselves, of course. So that's all to look forward to this year out in Qatar 2022. So make sure you smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, and smash the little bell, boys and girls, as we look forward to a fantastic winter, or at least late 2022 of world football. Let me know your thoughts and opinions again about this nation, and of course the tournament itself in the comment section. But until then, guys and girls, I'll see you soon for the next one.